Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on a free Steam title that you can pick up from our good friends at Fanatical. On top of that, Fanatical's running a lot of great deals. We've been giving Fanatical a lot of love recently. They're running a lot of great deals, so obviously I am going to cover what they've got, and they've got some notable deals as well, like I said. So let's get right into it. The free Steam title is Golden Light. Golden Light is a very well-received procedural survival horror FPS. Eat weapons, be scared, and question your own mind in the survival horror FPS prop hunt roguelite about meat. Walls are watching you. 1,900 reviews, and 91% of those reviews are positive. The game notes, welcome to the Meat Zone prop hunt where props hunt you. Also, it's a horror roguelite. Golden Light is a procedural dark comedy horror game with roguelike elements and an eerie atmosphere. Descend into the depths of the gut to save your loved ones. The game notes procedural levels, randomized weapons, procedural spooks, talking bicycle, talking dude in the toilet, things you can eat or throw in this game, bat head, corrupted fetus, fish head, fat lips, meat apple, and many more. Alright, buddy, relax there a little bit with the zaniness, but sometimes the zaniness is exactly what you want out of a game like this, especially with so many games coming out. You need a little bit of wackiness every now and again. The game is available totally for free, and if you go on Fanatical, all you have to do is subscribe to their email newsletter. They'll email you about the deals they're running, which is also, they run pretty good deals all the time. They've got some great bundles. So signing up for their newsletter probably gonna end up being a positive for you at the end of the day anyway, so that is available free right now. Moving on from that, speaking of their bundles, they are running the Build Your Own Capcom Horror Bundle. 2 games at $6.50 a pop, 3 games at $6.33, and 4 games at $6.25 a pop. You've got a lot of good options here, including Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3. You've got a double pack, so this would only count as one game. Dead Rising 2 and Dead Rising 2 off the record, that's a great option. Resident Evil Village for $6.50 is a banger. Devil May Cry HD Collection, so once again, that counts as one game, of course. That's Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. Dead Rising 3, which Dead Rising 3 for $6.50 is a pretty good deal as well. There's a double pack with Resident Evil 6 Complete and Resident Evil 7. That's an awesome deal as well. So you could get Resident Evil 6, Resident Evil 7, and Resident Evil Village all for $13, which sounds pretty good. And there's another double pack with Resident Evil Revelations and Revelations 2, the Deluxe Edition. So both those for $6.50. And then another double pack with Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 5. So both those for $6.50. That's a banger deal. Dead Rising 4, Devil May Cry 5, and Virgil for $6.50. That's a banger deal as well. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. So you could end up getting Devil May Cry HD Collection, Devil May Cry 4, and Devil May Cry 5. All 3 of those essentially, or, it would be 4 or 5 games. You would get every mainline Devil May Cry game for $20, which is pretty darn good, I would say. Resident Evil 0 and Resident Evil double pack, and then DMC Devil May Cry is there as well. That is the Ninja Theory Devil May Cry game, not really a part of the traditional Devil May Cry franchise, but a solid action game, and that for $6.50 is pretty good, given that that's been holding up in price at like $9.99 for the longest time. So quality bundle there, the Build Your Own Capcom Horror Bundle. Check that out. Next up, we do have Dune Awakening, 33% off for $33.49 there. So, Dune Awakening's been getting some buzz, and it was really big when it initially came out. I think back in June of this year, we had covered it a little bit. They're continually working on updating it. I believe they just dropped a notable update recently, and you can check that out right now. $33.49 on that if you're looking for a survival game to get into, survival crafting title there. And then we've got some super cheap titles under the price of $5 for all of these, some of them even under $3. Let's start off with some of the under $3 options. Shadow Warrior 1 and 2 are $2.99 a pop. I think these games are fantastic. Shadow Warrior is just a fun time. If you want to talk about a game that just brings the fun factor to gaming, Shadow Warrior, the games can be gruesome, they can be bloody as all hell, but sometimes that's exactly what you want to get into. Some fast-paced, violent action games. Yeah, Shadow Warrior is going to give you a lot of that. Shadow Warrior 2 is definitely the better game in my opinion, but I would play both of them. I think they're both worthwhile games to go through, and at $2.99 a pop, good buys on those. This War of Mine is $1.49. I go to bat for this game all the time. I think it's an incredibly compelling war title done by 11-Bit Studios, which 11-Bit Studios, they don't get a lot of traction as far as creating some of the best games in gaming. And I'm not gonna say I vibe with all of their games. Frostpunk, while I did find Frostpunk incredibly compelling from a setting standpoint, city builder survival games, not really necessarily my cup of tea. And mechanically, their games aren't really my cup of tea at times, but I always give them credit for creating incredibly compelling games that make you feel a certain way. This War of Mine did that, Frostpunk did that, and their most recent game in the Altars is one of the more unique premises you can get from a video game. Like, they do a really good job as far as coming up with unique ideas and then also executing on those ideas. One of those studios that I feel like over the next few years, as they continue to put out more and more games, they're gonna get even more recognition. They just kind of need to have that one game that's a real breakout game, because I think all of their games, from the people that have played them, they do fairly well, they're received fairly well, but I don't think they've had that marquee game that's really broken out. For example, like Supergiant Games had with Hades. I feel like Supergiant, they had a lot of quality games. I love Bastion, love Transistor, love Pyre. Those games are quite good, but Hades really broke them out into the next level. I feel like 11-Bit Studios is still searching for that real breakout game, but I think eventually they'll find it. But tangent over, this War of Mine for $1.49. Quite a good deal there. Saints Row 2, $1.49 on here as well. This is one of those games that's a classic to a lot of people. They did just drop, not the developers of course, but there was a mod that recently dropped for the game that improved the game quite a bit, and yeah, Steam code on that. Obviously, Saints Row the Third brought the franchise to the forefront for a lot of people, but Saints Row 2 was a game that a lot of people ended up enjoying, and Saints Row 1 was a game that a lot of people dug as well. But Saints Row 2 here, $1.49 on that. And lastly, I'd be remiss if I don't give a shout to RoboCop Rogue City at $3.99. I know I mentioned this recently, but this deal is so ridiculous that it's always worth a mention, and maybe saying it's so ridiculous is a little bit of a stretch, given that it's been available at this price range a few times at this point, given that, it's been going on sale regularly while Unfinished Business was coming out to promote that. But still, $3.99 for this I think is an excellent deal, given that the game came out just 2 years ago, and it's a good game. It's not like it's a bad game or anything like that. It's a quality game, and for this price point, definitely a bargain that is easy to recommend. $3.99 for the base game, Alex Murphy edition at $4.79. Great pickup on that. But that is going to do it for me. Again, go check out Golden Light, available for free, a Steam copy on that, and some great Steam game deals. You've got the Build Your Own Capcom Horror Bundle, and a lot of other great deals right now as well, and a lot of deals under the price of $3. So that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.